Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to show my game in National Youth Chess Championship. Um, so I played this tournament last week, and yeah, without further ado, let's check out the game. By the way, this is our national rating, not FIDE rating. The rating is, as you can see, is very poor. It's a poor rating. Alright, let's see. So I'm the white pieces. I start the game with e4, d6. The perk defend. I go d4, g6, and knight c3. Bishop g7, bishop e3, knight f6, queen d2, castles. This is not the most accurate way to play the perk defense. So if you want to play the perk defense against the setup I play, 150 attack, usually we don't castles um like so fast. We don't castle so early. We just play c6, and we don't even play bishop g7 because after bishop h6, you can take the bishop without wasting a tempo. So you can just play c6, b5. So white's gonna play on the king side. Black's gonna play on the queen side, right? But my opponent um don't know this and play castles. I go queenside castles, knight to d7, and I go f3 to prevent some knight g4. Right, c6, I go bishop h6, queen a5, and now h4. So I started the attack with the pawn storm like h4, h5, and open up the h5 and try and attack. You know, this is just, I think this is a better version of dragon for white pieces because like black doesn't have the c file, so we don't have to worry about black's attack here. Like we don't have to worry too much about that. So that's why my opponent played the move c5. Okay, so he's like trying to play a Sicilian dragon, right? So I think like b5 might be, yeah, b5 also decent. I think like followed by knight b6, knight c4, or bishop e6. But my opponent plays c5. Now in this position, I play knight to e2. So I actually consider some moves like d5 and d takes c5. d5, I think, yeah, because d5 you block, you just leave the tension. You close the file, but it open up the bishop. Okay, obviously I can trade it. I mean, like, yeah, but I think there's some like b5 stuff. So I don't want to to close the position. Another move is d takes c5. Um, this is one of the moves I consider after knight takes c5, and I play h5 because I don't want black take my pawn, because if queen takes, obviously my bishop's hanging. So I want to take first and then continue my attack with h5. But I'm thinking like, why I want to free my opponent pieces, like knight takes c5, bishop e6. Yeah, I do have some attack here, but I think like black is still holding. So I decided to play knight to e2, to keep the tension. If takes, I will take with the knight, and I just got a Sicilian dragon of white pieces, and black is not playing a Sicilian dragon because the knight is not on c6, it's on d7. So I think whites have a good position. However, I actually worry about one move after knight to e2 because my bishop now didn't control c4. So actually I'm worried about knight to b6, which is the best move. Right. Now the threat is knight to c4 followed by queen to b4. If I move the knight, trying to defend the c4 square, he can take my pawn. So I was not sure about this move, but I'm thinking like after takes, king takes g7, like I have king b1 and queen c1, and the attack goes on. If like h5, I go g4, just trying to blast open up the king side. If knight to c4, which is the move I actually worry about, but I have queen to h6, and turns out that there's no mate, you know. So I can play the move rook d3 here, and after queen takes b2, I go king d1, and there's no checkmate, right? And then I think like white is going to checkmate black pieces very soon, right? So like some of the move is not the best move. I'm just trying to show my thought progress, But my opponent played the move b5. He didn't play knight to b6. So I said, okay, let's just continue my attack with h5. Wait, I didn't play h5. Oh, okay, I played bishop takes g7 and then h5. So I think h5 would be better because they can't take with the knight, because after rook takes h5, pawn takes queen to g5. And usually if you take the bishop first, like then h5, maybe black can take the pawn. But I still have some g4 and then like queen h6. I think white is still winning. The reason I do this, actually I forgot. Yeah, I think I'm worried about knight to b6. Like after takes, again knight to c4. Like king takes, I just do this and then queen h6. White is just winning. I think I'm worried about knight to c4, but again I have queen h6. But I thought this is a bit scary, although like there's nothing here. There's actually nothing here. Yeah, but I think, yeah, okay. I mean, bishop takes g7 is acceptable. Like, oh, also there's some b4, but okay, I have knight to d5. Like trying to remove the defender of black king. If it takes, then the h7 pawn become weak. I can do this, maybe. So, yeah. But I play bishop takes g7 first. My opponent takes, and I play the move h5. So now if knight b6 takes knight c4, I can go queen h6 check. I think this is what I want in the game. Like what I consider in the game. Like why I don't play h5 first. But okay, that doesn't matter. So takes h5. My opponent play again b4. I think I have. Oh, b4 now I can even take. I think. So my opponent play rook h8, which is a very very weird move. So some choice here. I can play h take g6, trying to open up the position. Another move I consider about is h6. It's true that I block the file, but I'm just trying to make black rook useless here on h8. Yeah, and then just play like a normal game. Like, yeah. So, like e5, trying to open up center. Another good move here was e5. Just trying to open up the position. And then like queen to g5. Yeah, and then just try to attack. I decided to play h take g6. It takes, and I go queen h6. Sorry, I go queen h6 check, and the rook is not doing here. The rook is not doing well here. The rook is like just doing nothing. So my opponent played h6 e6. I play rook takes h8 and queen h6 check. And the king, I mean, there's really like just basically like no defender of black king. Okay, maybe there's some. Okay, but white can bring his pieces very fast. King G was played. I play knight to f4. If you play some knight to h7, again I will do knight f4. So basically, what it's doing the same thing, knight f4, and takes. There's a brilliant move here. Bishop to c4. Yeah, like the knight is hanging. I don't care. I give up my bishop. If takes, okay, then rook h1. Knight f8, it's just queen takes f8 checkmate. So like knight f6, and there's a checkmate here. Queen f8, knight g8, rook takes h7, sacrifice the rook, king takes, and queen takes f7, and just checkmate. If you take the knight, it's basically just the same thing. Like knight f6, again f8, queen takes f8, checkmate. Knight f6, knight takes g6. I have, and then check and checkmate. Yeah. So my opponent played king g8. I go knight to f4. C takes d4. Again, there's a brilliant move here, bishop to c4. And if you take, and basically the same thing, rook h1, and there's no way to stop the checkmate. I didn't play it. I played knight to d5, trying to attack, trying to bring more attacker and threatening the checkmate here. My opponent played queen to d8, trying to defend, and maybe trying queen f8 to defend the dark square. Now, in this position, I find the move bishop to c4, and it was in this position on move 18th, my opponent resigned the game. So that's how I win the game in just 18 moves. Of course, like, I didn't win this game because I play well. I think I win this game because my opponent makes some mistake. But I think it's good to show it. I mean, you know. So the point being, I want to go rook h1 and checkmate. So the first instinct is bishop takes b5, but I'm worried about queen f8. Like, seems like black's defending. Actually, like engine say knight takes e7 followed by rook h1 is still completely winning. Queen takes e7, rook h1. But okay, I play bishop c4. The point being, if now you go queen f8, I can play knight takes e7, and the bishop's on c4, not on b5. So there's a pin here. I can go knight takes g6, and basically it's just forced checkmate. And of course, if you take my bishop, rook h1, and basically there's no way to stop queen h8 checkmate. Like knight h5, okay, knight takes h5. It takes, okay, just rook takes h5, checkmate. f6, okay, checkmate. If you go queen f8, I can go knight f6 followed by queen h8. I can also go knight takes e7, checkmate. I mean, it's just totally winning here. So that's why after bishop to c4, my opponent resigned the game. Yeah, so that's how I win my game in just 18 moves. So that's all for this video. I'm going to show like more games, like more tournament games that I play in the next few videos. So stay tuned. Bye.